Hey, what's going on? How you doing?
Hey, what's going on, Jason?
Nothing much.
Oh, hold on for a second.
Good to meet you, man.
Yeah. It is me and my wife on the meeting.
Awesome. All right. Yeah, no, it's a pleasure to meet you too. Awesome. So, this is obviously like a preliminary call. We're going to go over like just the business and all the questions you have for me, where you best see like my skill set helping you. And then, where we go from here. So you were doing commercial cleaning and residential cleaning. I remember you were talking a little bit about that. Right now you're making 5K plus a month. Okay. You're doing 20% off your, like the current services. You already have ads running. So you're running Google local, which is great. Mm-hmm. Okay. And then this is the site. So right now, kind of give me a rundown of, where the business, like currently stands as far as like where the bottlenecks are, where you need the most help right now, et cetera.
Mm-hmm. So I think that really just need the most help, I would just say, in advertising. The only thing that where I'm advertising right now is just on Google local services.
Okay.
Did try advertising on Facebook when I first started the business, and I just started it in March of last year. So we're just coming up on a year in March. And like I said, we did the ads on Facebook and the paid ads, and I just don't think it was giving me people in different states that obviously I can't.
Okay.
Service.
I hate to interrupt the meeting. I think it's okay. I thought someone was outside, like breaking into one of my cars. I just heard that.
It would not be good.
So sorry. I did not mean to interrupt. That was very, very unprofessional of me, but I don't want to lose my car right now.
Well, I hope that's not the
case. So you were getting like really like crappy things basically.
Yeah. And so we did that for 1 month, and I never went back to it because I just didn't want to keep putting money into something and not getting any results. So like I said, right now we're just doing the Google local services. Okay. So really just looking to really just put more into advertising. So of course, so we can get more customers and build and scale the business. Definitely.
I love it. So the biggest thing that I see is that, were you sending people straight to the homepage?
Say that again?
Were you sending the traffic like for the Facebook leads? Were you running it right to the homepage?
That I'm not sure. I literally just made the business Facebook and started running ads. I'm not sure if I did it correctly or what.
Okay. Because from what I'm looking at here on the homepage, it's like, it's very well SEO'd. It's just that you're asking too much info from the person up front. And this is where, if I'm running a cleaning service, I would want to streamline this to have a CRM, because there's a lot of tabs here on the website. So you're running all this traffic to this big website with all these different options and plans. Mm-hmm. It's too overwhelming. What needs to happen is a streamlined sales process to where you would use something like Go High Level, which I can help you guys do. So setting up Go High Level as a CRM so that you would have some offer, like 20% off or whatever that offer is. Mm-hmm. And you just have a simple lead opt-in. People would come to this landing page, just see reviews. You have the opt-in with their name, email, phone number, maybe 2 other questions that will qualify them somewhat. And then after that opt-in, they then go into lead nurture and automations, emails, texts, then to get them to book. Once they hop on the phone, then you would be closing them for a higher ticket. And also you have a higher LTV on the buyer because it's a phone call. So if you two are running the business right now, I would really look into getting like a sales rep or somebody who can take those calls for you on a commission basis. How much lead flow are you getting right now currently?
I get about Google local what I have it set up for Google local services sends, I think it's supposed to get maybe like 13. Because I'm only paying about $400 a month for it. Okay. So I can't remember the exact number of how many, but we average about 18 to 20 like bookings a month.
Okay.
And like
Now for 18 to 20 bookings, how many leads does that take?
Oh, see that,
So these are the things that we need to know in the business to make it predictable. So like how many leads does it take to get a sale? What's your close rates? What's your show rates? Also, what's your conversion rate? You know, how many clicks on that ad are you getting? And how many people are converting? And how do we set that as a KPI in the business to know, hey, like my conversion rate is a 2.13. Then we go to the calculator and we say, okay, 2.13. Okay, I know this stuff sounds like really simple, but everything that I do in my business is all calculated. So let's say I have a 7% conversion rate. Okay, if I get 7 people on my landing page to book a call, that means that out of every 100 visitors, 7 booked calls. Okay, so then I say to myself, okay, how much is the cost per click? 100 times 6. Let's say it's $600. I get 7 book calls for $600. Okay. And now in my business, that's good because I'm selling high ticket. So $700 to get 6 booked calls. Okay. So that's about $110, $113 a book call. So now I say, okay, how many of those am I going to close? Let's say I close 15% because half of them probably won't show. So that means, well, 30% is our close rate. So that means like basically about 1 to 2 of them will close. So that means 1, which is worth about $4,500, $5K. I'm paying $700 to make $5K over 3 months. That's the lifetime value that I'm willing to spend. And that's why you see all these businesses out there that are just massively growing fast because they just use that simple calculation of like, hey, how many people do I actually have to get? So when you know that number and you might be spending $400 a month, to be honest with you, there's like, I know that you paid a lot for this phone call and I hope we work together, but here's the simple math. If you just spent $1,200 a month, you would make $15,000 a month. And that's literally all my advice is to you, is to triple your output and what you're doing. And you might be like, wow, that was really simple, but that really is the answer. Now, you have this thing in place where you're spending 3 times as much money, right? Now, okay, this is where we get into high level shit is that, okay, that's cool, right? Spend 3 times as much money, but what's next? Systems, automations, and processes. How do we actually predictably keep the thing running? Because yeah, you could triple your ad spend and you could spend $1,200 a month, but can you actually handle it? Do you need other systems in place to be able to handle it? Do you need to expand your zip code and your mile radius? Do you need to hire people? What are these processes in the company that need to happen for you to be scalable? So that's where, you know, having some type of communication software, task management. Do you guys have any type of CRM or software that you use to manage? Yeah, say.
well, I mean, I don't really know what a CRM is, but I do.
Well, that's the stuff that like we'll always like. You need to have these things in place. Like if someone comes into my business right now and they book a call, they're going to get emails for 100.
I have a system like that. So when I book, because you can either book on the website or they can call in and book over the phone. Most people do call and book over the phone.
Okay.
Once the booking is complete, it automatically sends them confirmation email. It sends them a reminder email the day before the cleaning.
Okay.
When they pay, it sends them the receipt via email. We don't have any employees. We have contractors, and they're on my system as well. So once they accept the job, then it is.
Oh, okay. So that's the other piece too, is that are your margins that high because you're outsourcing it?
Well,
Possibly.
yeah.
So like, because they're not owned by you, they're contractors. So these people, do they technically work for you or are they contracted or white labeled by another company?
They're contracted to me. Some of them, most of the contractors have their own, cleaning business LLC. And then, like I said, they pick up the jobs. We pay them.
Yeah. So that's the other piece is that for you to be scalable, you have to own your people, because then you can control your costs. Because I can guarantee you that if you pick 3 different people, don't they charge differently?
No. So how it works is how I do my bookings based on square footage of the home, bedrooms and bathrooms, and when I send the jobs out to like my contractors, whoever picks it up first, like I said, we pay them 60% of the job. So I let them know how much it costs and they decide whether they want to pick it up or not. When averaging about how much I pay them to the hours that they worked, it averages, I pay them between about $25 to $30 an hour. So I really don't have too many.
How much does the job usually take?
It just depends on how the size of the home.
So if I'm on the website and let's say, right, I'm gonna do an example. 3 bedrooms. Let's say it's 3 bedrooms and it's 1,000 to 2,000 square feet and we'll do a really smaller one to see the margins. So 1 bedroom, 1 bath. Okay. How much am I looking at about for a cleaning?
For a standard clean, that comes out to $148.
Okay.
Standard.
Okay. And what's your highest revenue month?
It would be September, and we made about, maybe you brought in total with sales was probably about 45.
45,000?
Yes.
100, sorry.
Okay. So $4,500.
Mm-hmm.
When you give, and this is the numbers, is that right now you need to own your people, because I see one problem, which is you have $30 going out to 140. That means that your margins already are sitting around 60-something% after insurance and time and taxes.
Okay.
So 65% on a business that makes 5,000 or less a month, you should be at 85 to 90% margins. You have to own your people.
Okay.
Because that's just not scalable. Because let's say, right, you start getting more and more jobs, your ad spend goes up, and you don't own your people, you're going to be doing more work for less money, and you're going to be really scraping unless you have a continuity. So let's say, right, these people that you're contracting out, this is where we get into some fun shit, is that these people that you're contracting out, they're not selling for you. They're just there to do their job.
Right.
So what I would be doing is when you own your people, you give them a small incentive, because that difference in margin is 20%. You give them 5% commission if they're able to upsell continuity. That's where you go there in the person's home, be like, hey, listen, how'd you like the job today? Great. Would you want us to come by once every 2 weeks for the next 6 months? We have this crazy plan that we could put together for you. Now the customer is worth $800, $900, $1,000. Now you have predictability. Now you have cash flow to where month 6, if you sell like that for 6 months straight, month 6 should be looking at around 20 to 30K. Because if you're able to get predictable cash flow, now you have predictable jobs that you can prepare for as a business. Right now, it's probably just they call, they want a job, you call somebody 30 minutes after, and then they fucking run over. That's not scalable.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, and then as you build your ad spend, now you have to have a CRM, and you have to have, lead processes and nurtures and ascensions in place to make more money from the current customer. Like, it was so funny. I was on a call 2 days ago with a jewelry store, and they're doing over $1 million a month. And they needed coaching. And I'm like, what the fuck do you guys need coaching for? So I'm on the call with them, and they make more than I do. And I'm like, damn, okay, this would be interesting. So then, they make $1 million a month, but they're a jewelry industry, so their margins are shit. They're like 8% margins. It's terrible in the jewelry industry. So technically I make more than them, but they have more revenue. So then I'm like, okay, well, let me go through your whole checkout process. Like, these small things that I do in businesses will just drastically increase their revenue. Is that all we did on his website is put the phone number at checkout? Because, dude, people are about to put their card number in for a $10,000 Rolex. Don't you think people want to call and ask a question or two?
Yeah.
We added the phone number 2 days ago, and he tripled his revenue already in just 3 days by people calling because of a phone number. And he's like, why did you think of that? I'm like, actually, man, it comes down to 2 words: common sense. Not so common anymore. We have to think about these things, guys. Is that we're trying to make more money. It comes down to, where is the customer currently and where do we want them to go? Not about where the customer goes. We've actually lost touch as humans to say, like, okay, well, the customer's always right. We shouldn't sell them all the time. We shouldn't seem too salesy. That is the complete opposite. That is what we should be doing, because if they want your service, it is valuable. You're saving people time. I'll come clean your home. Do you think I don't want to clean my home? I don't have time for that shit.
Yeah, for real.
So if you said to me, hey, listen, like, come for 6 months, do this shit, I'd be like, fuck it. Just send me an invoice. I don't really care, because you're going towards people who have that time allocation and the time freedom to be like, all right, I don't want to do that shit. You will never see me pick up a mop in my entire life. I don't even know how that even works. I have no fucking clue. So that's where it's like, that's where the continuity comes into play. Also, then what can you upsell? Okay, let's get more creative here. So you get them in for residential cleaning. What's next?
Well, we are looking into getting into commercial cleaning. And with the commercial cleaning, we didn't want to do contractors. We wanted to actually have employees.
Mhm.
And
Okay. So where do you guys mostly sell right now? Like what state?
Virginia.
Okay. What I'm thinking is that whenever I do an upsell, it's always more of the same or faster or better results. Those are the two most important things when I'm figuring out any upsell. So I do residential cleaning, right? I just clean their house. What do you think is next? Let's actually now more of the same is continuity. I'll come here twice a month, do this, blah, blah, blah. Okay, what's next? What's the next thing that they want cleaned? Inside, what else? Their cars, detailing. Third would be like
power washing, what is that, stuff like that.
Yeah, power washing. I mean, you got detailing. You could do fucking.
Lawn.
If you're cleaning the inside of their house, do landscaping or some shit too. I mean, they offer more services that are congruent because if they like what you did inside, then odds are they're gonna like what you do outside.
Gotcha.
You know, hey, I saw that nice SUV, the nice Benz out there. We do detailing actually. And if you do this bundle for 6 months, you get it all for $647 a month instead of paying blah 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 blah. Now you have this conveyor belt that just fucking upsells, and you're just making more money consistently without doing anything else. You're not paying more money to acquire a new customer. You are simply taking the already bought customer and selling them more shit.
Right.
Gotcha.
Why do you think strip clubs make so much money? Because you get a dance with one girl. What do the guys want? They want a new girl or more than one, and they just keep going. And now they're at $500 and they're fucking broke. Even though you're not trying to make them broke, but you know, like that's literally what it is.
Right.
So, you know, kind of mapping that out too, because the difference between you making $4,500 a month and $10K a month is two simple things. Upselling to continuity and tripling your ad spend. And that is literally it.
Gotcha.
And then if you're able to tap into Facebook and IG, then that obviously would, you know, help you make more revenue, but obviously, you know, helping you not get shit leads.
Right.
And you need that CRM in place because you need that predictable thing in place for you to be like, okay, I now have a CRM where if a lead comes in, I don't have to stress about it.
Right.
I know that they're owned by me, they're nurtured by me, because yeah, if they call, you don't really own the customer, unfortunately, if you don't close them. You don't own them. You don't have their email. So right now when they call, do you retain their phone numbers anywhere or no? Damn.
I have the system that's set like on Google local services, the leads thing where I can go back, like I go and I'll add if somebody just booked to me 20 minutes before you got on the call. So when we hang up, I'll go in and I'll go up there and I'll put her information in. But that's the only thing, and that's connected to Google local services.
Continual services.
Yeah. I mean, and then what you can then have is you have an assistant or a rep or somebody who's just able to, you know, while they're not working or maybe taking calls, hey, there's 4 leads last week who I got to follow up with. Right now, you can't do that.
Right.
I mean, you might have some follow-ups because maybe they texted you after the phone call or that, but that's not scalable. That's just that's just chit chat. That's just bullshit. So you need to actually have the system in place where you can see the lead, see the nurture, see where they fall. And then also what you can do is you can have predictable numbers of like, hey, when a customer buys this, they're more willing to buy this next. So now we know that when we send our contractor there, sell this shit and I'll give you 10%. We know what they want because if they're doing this, they're going to buy this because we know that 63% of people buy this next. Same thing in my business. We know that at the month 3 mark, 85% of them buy email. They want email marketing because they're getting leads. So they're like, okay, we sell email on month 3. And then we do an ROI guarantee on it because it's easy to bring them an ROI on email because it's fucking simple. You just send an email to the whole list. One person buys, they make their money back. So it's like, I know that on month 3, they buy that. Then month 6, they want to get on a call with me. Most of the clients, actually, they pay to get on a call with me month 6. And then after month 12, I sell them into my mastermind, which is expensive, but because they've been with us for 12 months, I'm like, they'll pay 30 grand a year to talk to me once a month, and they do. Right. So I'm like, all right, next one, boom. And it's like, it's just this consistent thing where I know the ladder. And then also like other shit that we'll upsell is like, we'll do like website revamps because faster, better results. Okay, we have your funnel, but like, fucking your website's still shit. Let's change it. Okay, cool. 2 grand, whatever. And then what's happening next? They're getting all these leads. Who's closing them? Do you want us to train your sales team? Okay, $5K, and they pay because they know that it's valuable.
Right.
Okay, your sales reps are trained. Do you want us to write you a script? 6 grand. Boom. Fucking write you a sales script. You need a CRM built out? 12,000. Boom. It's this constant flow of just every time that you sell something, you have to create a new problem. And that's how business should work. Everything that you sell, everybody's been told, oh, sell this one thing and solve all their problems. No, you do not want to fucking do that at all. You need to sell something and you create a new problem. So you clean the inside of their home. What is the next problem that you create? Think about that. And it actually will take a while to really think about what that problem is. Mm-hmm. Also, I'm thinking, hey, you're doing shit inside people's homes. There's shit fucked up all the time in someone's house. You should be having handyman services. Hey, your TV's a little crooked. I'll fix that real quick for $40. Hey, this is fucking up. Your vents are not open correctly. I can go in and clean it. Your things are this. I saw this outside. Your hose is fucking broken. I'll fix that. $80. Like you just go in a circle, and by the time you leave, it's a $300 customer instead of $140.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So that's just where like I'm trying to take he's smiling over here. I love this. You like take this train of thought and then it's literally about the whole customer journey. That's how I map things out. And everybody tries to make things so complicated. I just will never do that. It's just like, until you know the numbers, then you'll be able to say to yourself, hey, we know that this works. And always trust your gut, by the way. Right now, you're in the beginning stages, right? You're going to have a 10K month soon, and you don't know your numbers yet. You have time right now to test and find what works. Mm-hmm. Hey, if they buy cleaning, let's test these 4 upsells today. Let's see what they buy. Okay, they bought this. All right, we're going to try this in the next 2 weeks. And if it's consistently at above this number, then that's what the fuck we move it. All right, we have the first upsell down. Okay, if they say no, then what's the downsell? Can we give them a little bit of a discount, a little bit of leeway? Mm-hmm. Now I'm thinking about one other thing. You're doing inside cleaning. Mm-hmm. About one thing that will make you an extra $150 easily per person. Window washing. No one thinks of that. Siding. The pressure washing. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That is literally the easiest upsell. Hey, we clean inside your house, but your windows look shit. You know, like your siding is this. We'll combine it for $225. I won't charge you again. It'll last 6 months. We'll come back in 6 months and do it. Yeah. So it's like, it's little shit like that. Do you do like the steam of the carpeting, like steam washing the carpets, or no?
We don't. We have the machines for it. We just haven't utilized them.
Because
also, if they have a pet or a dog, you sell like, hey, I'll clean out all the hairs. We have this thing that gets the fucking hairs out, or this like repellent that you could spray the carpet with or the couches with that would not let the hairs stick. Maybe there's something, I don't know if there is, but right. I'm just thinking of shit right now.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll do a quick spray, $15. That pays for the person's half an hour. The contractor's almost free at this point, just for a fucking spray. I mean, you got to think about how do we even out and break even on those costs.
Yeah.
Right? That's just really like the game changer. I mean, I go through stuff so quick on these calls because I'm just like off the dome. I'll just know like, okay, like where's the path? Like where do they go? Am I talking too fast? Also, you know, I know that I'm throwing a lot at you, but what about the fact that right now you're so like, are you guys actually busy all day long? Be honest. Like how many hours do you guys work a day each?
8 hours a day for me.
Yeah.
So is this your only gig right now, or do you have anything else on the side?
I work a 9 to 5. I'm a nurse. I work from home though.
I breed dogs and I day trade.
Oh, you day trade. Okay. So you guys must be making at least $10K a month together.
We make some okay money.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's okay.
Okay. Because yeah, I mean,
She spends a lot of hours working her primary job, and we have kids, and so we have a newborn. So I've been aiding helping her and the newborn a lot.
Last week.
Yeah.
last week, damn, you're on the clock. I thought you were going to bed for 30 days. God damn.
A week today.
Today we had her at home.
Congrats.
No meds, no anything, just a midwife. But yeah, we just been trying to balance everything out. We're at the point right now where we're locked in, so now we just want to balance everything out and kind of get everything rolling smooth. I want her to. She is the primary. She takes care of the business primarily, and so I want her to be able to quit her job and focus more on this business.
How much do you make being a nurse? 60 grand?
I make 60. Yeah,
Mhm.
Okay.
a year.
I mean, how many hours? You're working 6 to 8 hours being a nurse?
8 hours. Monday.
Now, does that, how much of the time does that pull away from the business?
Well, the thing is I don't clean any houses. And so I'm literally.
But that's still not the point. The point is, how much time does it take away from you on a daily basis? Because if you're a nurse, you're cleaning someone's poop. You're doing something with a person. You're not thinking about cleaning.
Right.
So
each phone call would be.
Yeah.
An average phone call is what?
Average phone call
5 minutes?
lasts. Yeah, if that, because most of the times when people call, they are ready to book.
It takes away time that could be used for the business.
okay. And then you're breeding dogs. You breed Frenchies, I'm assuming.
And that's
Okay.
so time consuming. I want to stop doing that because that's
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you're breeding Frenchies, day trading. So I mean, at that point, it's like, let's just call it a number of like, hey, you're losing 4 hours a day or 5 hours a day, realistically going hard as fuck. Well, you're not distracted because technically you have a kid. So I would assume a newborn is taking at least 3 to 4 hours a day alone, either night or morning, to take care of and feed and care for. So at that point, it's like 3 to 4 hours, your mental clarity and sanity. Technically, that's about 5 hours.
Yeah, about 5-6 hours. Yeah.
About 5-6 hours. So if you realistically think about this, if you just replace those 5 to 6 hours and we're closing more deals, you would make $9,000 a month, $10,000 a month doing the cleaning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we definitely have time that we could, we could utilize the time better.
Yeah. So the thing too is this is a like a funny question, but have you ever tried tripling the ad spend?
No.
No, and that's okay. This right here is the simple issue that is at heart here.
Okay.
The reason why you can't leave your job right now is because you actually don't know what it's going to feel like if you triple the ad spend and you actually have to take on more. Because right now to this very point, you took it on enough that you can chew.
Yeah.
So you haven't experienced what 3 calls for every 1 is, or 4 calls for every 1 is. The thing that's going to put you over the edge is you actually just seeing a little bit of the proof of concept of being like, okay, fuck, I think I actually have to leave now because I turn these ads up 3x and I'm getting 8 calls a day instead of 2. Mm-hmm. I can't fucking do all this. Mm-hmm. Like, honey, what do we do?
Yeah, she's got a friend who started the business the same time we started this business, and she spends a lot more.
Yeah.
And she is making
like
a lot
10,
more.
11, 12.
And also, like, here's, I don't know if this is a personal question, but how much do you guys have in personal savings? Like, do you have at least 20, 30 grand saved?
No.
Okay. Do you
I can obtain that much money though. I have about 15 to 20,000.
Okay. Do you have 6 months of living expenses?
Saved?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Do you have a mortgage?
No, we're paying rent.
Paying rent. Okay. How much is your rent a month?
15.
Yeah.
50?
1,500.
Oh, holy shit. Okay. So 1,500. I assume you have 2 cars.
Yeah.
One's paid off though, so no car.
Okay. Car insurance probably 300 for both. What's the other car's payment?
Go ahead, you tell them.
Oh fuck! What did you buy?
Great last 2 years, and so
Oh fuck! Here we go. What did you buy, bro?
I got a car that I wanted. I had. I'm embarrassed to say it. I had over 100K saved up just at the
What did you buy? A Maserati?
Mercedes.
Oh my god! What was it, like 80, 60?
No, I only got it for 30.
It was 40.
40, but instead of buying it, which I should have at the time.
You leased.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck. All right.
Everything since then has kind of been like.
Yeah. Okay.
And the lifestyle is just
So
like.
your payment's got to be $700 a month on that thing. 800. Shit. All right. And you got a kid, man. Fuck.
Yeah.
Did you just get the bill from the hospital?
The home birth was
We had a year.
$5 grand.
The home birth, oh thank God, you would have been like 15 grand in the hole after that shit. All right.
The home birth was about 5,000.
5,000?
Yeah, and she still owes me.
Holy shit.
This is the second one. Yeah, we had one last year with
Now here's the only issue though.
Mhm.
That she's still a nurse.
Mhm.
She's getting health care, bro. So that means that you got to hold down the fort because you got a newborn. If anything goes wrong, God forbid,
Mhm.
you can't. You need health insurance, so she can't quit just yet.
Right.
Because for you to get health insurance for all three of you, bro, I've been quoted. It's going to be at least $2,000 a month easily.
Mhm.
So I mean, fuck. That is pretty tough. That means you got to stop breeding dogs and day trading, and you got to take over to help that time consumption while you get enough bread and margin to then hire somebody to help you kind of replace what she's doing, because she's kind of holding the family together right now.
Mhm.
Not just because, not saying you're not doing anything, but I'm just saying like that health insurance thing is very important, man. Just because you have a newborn.
Mhm.
So yeah, I mean, at that point, yeah, I think you have to kind of just go all in and help her out. You kind of got to go in the hole for 60 days, maybe break even on your expenses and just eat shit with her, and then get enough bread to pay somebody to replace what she's doing so that she can kind of do her nursing role, have the health insurance part, and then you could be the person who's the machinery behind the business fueling it. And then obviously take her input as it goes. But I think that's the best case scenario. Just after hearing about the expenses and whatnot, I feel like that is the best case scenario for you two without taking on much risk. Money saved, so that's good. But and also, man, get rid of that fucking car. That's just crazy. I mean, $800. I mean, yeah, they probably let you drive at 10,000 miles a year. You got on that shit.
Fuck yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah, I mean, you don't even own it. If you owned it, you could have sold it.
I was just having a conversation with her last night about my oldest female dog. I was saying I don't want to do this no more, and I don't think I want to do a breeding anymore either because it's too time consuming. And I think what you mentioned about, I think your synopsis of our situation is spot on.
And then it's like the thing too that you have to really welcome into your life is like more time. Like, yeah, I take a lot of these calls because it's high margin and it lets people appreciate my expertise. And then at the second part, it's like, I'd rather use my time doing shit that's important. Me getting on calls though for my agency is just not as important because those people are already systemized. And the thing too is that when you're doing all this, you need to understand that your time is more valuable than money. And that's where people can't make that switch.
Yeah.
Like right now with the amount of income that you guys are making, you have to switch that mind frame of like, you know what? Do we really have to make that much today and slave that much away? Do we really have to do that today?
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you guys ever go on date nights anymore and shit or not?
Not with these.
Oh, that's a massive problem, man. Like there is, I know that she's having a kid the past 9 months, and I'm not an expert. You guys look older than I am, but I'm just saying there's mental clarity and just kind of being a lot more happier with your time.
Right.
You know, like you're using the money right now to kind of dictate what decisions, but the decisions dictate how much time you can actually make up for all the shit that you guys have went through and decided to make decisions on. Like at the end of the day, you decide to have a kid, so you have to sleep in that bed. But at the same time, it doesn't have to be the only bed that you sleep in. You make other choices that will buy your time back and allow you to obviously, you know, fixate on what you want. That is the ultimate goal involved. And I think that you freeing up your time, man, like you breeding dogs.
Oh my God.
I bought a Frenchie and I know how much they are and it's cool, but I don't think it's a business that you even complained about it. It's not something that you see yourself doing for the next 10 years. So just drop it.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, yeah, it's fun to make some cash off a dog. Like that's cute and all, but it's not a sellable asset either. You can't sell that business. You can't sell day trading. You can't sell being a nurse, even though you got to hold down the fort right now, but you need a business that is sellable because in the next 10 to 15 years, if you have this thing churning and you're making 50 grand a month and you've ran it for 15 years, let's say, you could sell that business for $1.5 million and you can both retire. You can both chill. You need a sellable asset too. So all the actions that you take need to be sellable. Like that's my problem, actually. I think I'm good. I have an agency that I can't sell because I don't have any softwares attached to it. So my thing for the next 12 months is buying softwares to make my shit sellable. So that's kind of my thing. I want to sell by 30. I don't want to work at past 30. Fuck that. I just don't. I just don't see why that's a fucking thing. So it's like really think about that, like having that sellable asset ready for you, because that's something that someone can come into, buy, and there's revenue coming in tomorrow.
Right.
You know, with the dogs, with that, you can't just, no one's going to come in and be like, yeah, I'll buy the dogs off you. No, that's a broker. That's not a business deal. That's a broker.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, that would just be like my big piece of advice for you guys moving forward. So I mean, that's really it. So you got to give me some feedback on, because you know, like interesting too. Obviously, I want to work with you guys in a further capacity, but I need to know what's feasible for you guys to hold you guys accountable and make this obviously a win-win for everybody. Because I think that the only way this is going to work out is if you guys actually do it. And if you're not investing in something, then you're not going to do it. To be honest, it just never happens.
Right.
So it's like, you know, I like doing these calls. But I don't really pressure people into shit. So it's like, if you want to have more calls and you want me to take, you know, under the hood, reveal the curtain and do shit that's tactical, then I would like to do that with you, but you got to be open to that. Because the biggest thing that I've seen over, I mean, I've coached over 600 people, is that, you know, when I open the hood and I tell you to do X, Y, and Z and you do it, shit just magically fucking happens. It's crazy. So it's kind of just thing of like, hey, like if I say to you, we need to hire a sales rep by next week, are you going to fucking hustle to do it? If I say, hey, we got to do this by next week, are you going to hustle to do it? It's all about accountability. And that's really the biggest premise of it. So it's kind of up to you guys what you want to do from here, because I'd love to work with you in like a way different capacity.
Yeah, we'd love to.
Because we definitely need accountability. We don't have an accountability partner. We don't have a mentor, or just really, we're just kind of winging it. It's our first year of doing this business. And so, yeah, I think that'd be great.
Yeah, we're kind of at that point where the mentors we did have in the business are kind of, you know, we're kind of at that standstill point where they don't get us.
Were they just like cleaning mentors? Like what kind of mentors?
Yeah, they're in the cleaning industry as well, but they don't like they don't break down the analytics the way you break down the analytics and really get to what's stopping the business from the next level. Yeah, they don't get all of that stuff.
So I mean, I have like a couple of options that you can choose from. They're very feasible because I don't make you pay up front for anything. I'm very like flexible with payments and whatnot. So like, well, the way I'm looking at it is that I do have a 6 month, but you don't really need that. I don't think so. I feel like for the things that I would want to implement, I mean, first things first is we got to get you a CRM with a landing page and get that rocking, because we got to figure out more traffic sources for you. So Google's working, right? And we'll go under the hood on those campaigns on another call. We'll get you running on Facebook. We'll get your tracking and all that shit done. We'll get Go High Level. I'll have my guy, Peter, go in and set up all your tags and nurtures so that you have like this fully running Go High Level CRM. So you actually have lead flow. And that would include Instagram too, like Facebook and Instagram. Obviously, you can join, so you can run them on both platforms. We would probably run a little bit of TikTok to test, but you need to have multiple tribes. That's the biggest thing, is having the omnipresence. So Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, the CRM, and then honestly, having just a really boring 2 weeks where we just test upsells. And we go for hiring contractors. That's going to be a boring month. I'm going to be honest. It's going to be cool and boring shit, but it's going to be worth it. And kind of like saying, hey, this is where the customer comes in, and here's the path, and here's what we're going to try to upsell, and we're going to test this.
Okay.
Like realistically, to the fucking T, like you're going to test it. You're going to have this contractor. You both, if you have time, can go out and do it yourselves. Like let's say too, the contractor's done. You meet them at the house. If it's local only right now, you go out to the house, right? And you do the quality control test. You're like, hey, we're just doing quality control. You're the owners. Oh, wow, it's great. You're the one selling it, and you test it before you hand it off to somebody else. Because that's what I did in my business. I was taking fucking 15 sales calls a day. I was like, God damn, I'm fucking exhausted. Holy shit. But you had to prove that concept to know what people like, not that just what they want to hear, but like, where is their emotional trigger? Where is the psychological trigger to get them to make a decision? That's what you fucking need in sales. That's all sales is. And then also building some SOPs around the extra services. So do these people that you contract, do they do window washing? Can they? So that's where we have to, see, these are the things to unravel, is like, where are we going to find out how to get these other services done? And I feel like that would be a boring ass month. So a landing page, the ads, that, and then kind of just like a feedback month where it's like, hey, ads are running, how do we control it ourselves? How do we keep this boat going? So about a 3-month ordeal. So like what I can do is this. If you want to do 3 months, then you paid like $4.97 for this call. What I can do is I can just split it into weekly payments, and you could just I'll bundle it. So you could do $447 a week for 3 months. And then you just get 1 call a week, and then I'll get you guys inside of a Slack chat. And then from that Slack chat, then you can also get like support. So if you're in there for the 3 months, now here's a good upsell, but it's fucking valuable, is that if you want to stay in the Slack chat lifetime, okay, so I'll keep you in there past the 3 months, then you would just pay $5.97 a week. And yes, you're paying that once the 3 months are up, though. You don't have to pay anymore.
Okay.
So that's just like the add-on to get the lifetime. So after those, what is that, 12 calls? After the 12 calls, then you get lifetime Slack support, where you can just go in there and be like, hey, Jason, what do we do with this? What do you think we should do? And I can answer you. But if you just do the calls, then after the 3 months, like I just can't support you after, because I have so many fucking students.
Yeah.
And some of them pay lifetime, some of them don't. So it's just kind of up to you on like what you want to do. But everything you could pay it weekly.
I think that sounds good.
I do too.
Yeah.
So do you want to do the lifetime or?
What was that? The 3 months? What was the 3 months was the first offering? You said the Slack chat would be $4.97. But
so if you do the 3 months without the Slack lifetime, no, you still get the Slack. But if you just get the 3 months without the lifetime, then it's $4.47 a week. But if you get the Slack lifetime after it, you pay $5.97 a week.
Okay.
Okay. So we can just do that first, and then if we want, we can add.
Okay, we'll do the $4.97 for now for the 3 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right. And then if you do, the one thing I will warn you is that if you want to upgrade to the Slack lifetime after, then the only thing that I do with that, though, is that you would then get thrown into my like 12-month mastermind, which is there's certain packages for the 12 months. So the one I was talking about, that's like 30 grand. That's not for you. Don't worry. Do not freak out. The 30 grand is more for business who are doing like 100K a month, and they have a sales team, and they have all this shit assembled to where I'm coming in and I'm like fucking rigorous with these people. So if you take the Slack lifetime after, it would just be $3.97 a month, and you could just keep that ongoing.
Okay.
So that's why if you bundle it with the calls, I mean, you're basically like, it's just more rigorous during the 3 months. That's why I'm adding more money to it on a weekly, because then afterwards, then it's like, it's not as much support, but it's still support enough to keep the access open to you. I mean, that's kind of up to you. Or if it does come to that point, man, like you can also either just buy another 3 months. I don't know, whatever you guys want to do, man, you can do whatever you want to do. But I just give people that promotional pricing because you went in for the first call. So I just do that because I see that you're qualified and you're valuable to have a relationship with. So that's kind of why I do the pricing like that.
Absolutely. We'll stick with that first offer that you offered for now.
All right, awesome.
Just go from there.
All right, awesome. And then what I'll do is I'll get you inside Slack and all that so that you're all set up and whatnot. Let me just see here. Okay, what was the email that you paid with? And then because like, it's not that I'm being strict or nothing, but because of the elongated amount of time, you would just be signing like a contract that states like, obviously this is me using my time, et cetera, so that everybody's on the same page. It's just an accountability thing.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm going to send you guys a link to fill out, which is just like an onboarding, like just ask you a bunch of questions. That creates your Slack chat, and I'll email you guys an invite link by tonight. So that you can get inside the chat and all that, so you're all set. Just send that to the email.
And that link you just sent, did anything need to be signed right now?
No, not right now. Yeah, because I gotta go draft it up, and it's gonna take me like 10 minutes, and I'm just gonna 10 minutes. That's gonna be a while.
Right on.
All right, so I sent you the onboarding questionnaire, and then I'll send you your Slack link tonight. And then the Calendly, which would just allow you to book your next call. So I just emailed that to you. So let me know if you got that email.
Okay. Babe, you mind checking? Could you check from your phone?
The email?
Yeah.
Just want to make sure you guys got the email. And then inside Slack, I'll send you a bunch of deliverables for like, hey, like I need this, software, I need this and that. So that, obviously you have everything ready for the next call. So we just dive right into that shit.
Okay, onboarding email came through.
Okay, awesome. All right, cool. And then I'm just going with a subscription, see if it's working. Okay. The card though says that it is not allowed. It's invalid.
It's not allowing. What was that?
Yeah, it just says that it's not allowed. It says not funds available.
They charge it on a regular.
Are you charging the card right now?
Yeah, because I was starting the whole subscription for the week.
Okay, all right. Well, 1 second. You got to transfer.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
You want to just transfer from what was it? $4.97?
Yes.
Yeah, you can just do.
And then that's really it. And then I'll get you all that stuff inside Slack, and then you'll be good to go. Dude, I'm honestly really fucking excited. I love this.
Yeah, me too, man. I've been watching you for a while, and I don't know. I lost your page. I don't know if you deactivated your page for.
No, I never did. What the hell?
I've been telling her about you for like a year now. It might have been over a year, and so she went to go find your page. This was months ago, and she couldn't find it. And I'm like, I don't know. And then I just saw one of your advertisements. I'm like, there he is. I made sure I like.
Did you see me on like TikTok or Instagram?
Instagram.
Okay, cool.
I have a TikTok. I need to get a TikTok, but Instagram. Yeah, and then I get on your lives. I do the bell notification, everything, and yeah. I was watching your lives last time we did the decision. I'm like, babe, we got to do this. All right, we got to transfer from the other account. Cash App is having connection issues.
Okay, that's fine.
You can charge it now.
Oh, okay, now it worked. All right, dope. So you're all set, and then I'll get you guys inside Slack tonight. I'll send you over an invite, and then all good to go.
Sweet. Thank you for your time, man.
Oh man, of course. I really appreciate you guys. I'm really excited to work with you.
We appreciate you.
Dude, this is gonna be dope. I'm really excited.
Thank you.
Yep, of course.
Thank you, man. And I'll see you in our next call.
Yep, you got it, man. And I'll send you the link to the Slack.
Send us the link and we can schedule that one. One Slack. All right. Yep. Thank you, Jason.
All right, man. Have a good day.
Everybody, take care.